Good afternoon. Michael Mazarang here again. And today we're with Chris Merman and the team at Piedmont Foundation Repair. We're actually in the town of Lowell, North Carolina. And this is a very specialized type of a situation. This is what we call limited access drilling. And Chris's main expertise is in limited access drilling. This is the kind of project that we get invited to that the franchisees do not get invited to because they just don't know how to do it. So kind of fun for us. We get a kind of a steady flow of these types of jobs from the engineering community, the general contractors as well in this market. And so our blend of work does include not only doing helical pier installations and helical tieback type installations, but we have the ability to do micropiles and soil nails, which is what the application is here. Instead of these old bulky manufactured systems that a lot of our competitors have to use, you know, our product here is pretty much we have a custom manufactured type of a product here that we make in-house, supporting local steel companies and manufacturers to basically make all this stuff. And so what we're seeing today is that's the specialized drill rig that we use for this application. And as you can see, we've had to go through the concrete and we're doing we're augering out this hole to make room for the installation of the soil nail, which has a sleeve which goes in through the wall, basically a rod, and then it gets grouted once we've installed the unit. And we've got about 15 of these to do on this old bridge. They're gonna be doing some renovations to the road and actually increase the level of the street itself to coincide with the two developments going on in this area. So in order to proceed with that part of the project, we had to stabilize this old bridge with this lateral system that's going to make it safe for the equipment to work in here. So a very highly specialized situation that just simply very few people in the city have any access to. This is a specialty foundation repair type of program that only Chris and his team have the proper training to do, and very few of us that are able to participate in the bidding process for this type of project. So Chris, tell me, why was this specialized applications and means chosen for this particular project?
Due to the environmental concerns with this creek and all the wildlife and
yes,
that are here in the water, we have these drilling techniques versus other techniques to build the environment in this farming and in the wildlife. As you can see right here, that really we have little to no disturbance to the ground whatsoever, and that maintains the cleanliness of the environment. Because when we get done, once we break everything down, we put some vegetation on out, some seed, and this will look like it did.
Would you say that this is much safer doing this application as opposed to the older, like helical tieback systems, things that were much more abrasive to the environment and to the actual bridge itself?
Helical anchors would have been impossible here because of the rocks that we're running into. Even now, we're having the combustion of the rocks in the soil in order to install a competent anchor. The helical piers would never go in. And we're not allowed to work to have equipment like machines or excavators or other types of building equipment or helical anchors up above or on the road. And everything has to be mobile and clean down here in the bottom.
Michael Mazarang here again. And we're here for the second part of the video. I'm here with Chris Merman and his team. We're in Lowell, North Carolina, putting in some soil nails. And we've completed this side of the bridge. And you can see the rods that are protruding from the installation. The guys are busy working on the other side of the bridge. And we wanted to cover a few things today in specific. Chris, now we've completed the installation on this side of the bridge.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what we see here. And this is for load testing, right?
Yes. This is a preliminary load test that we're conducting now, a long-term test, kind of, to see what capacity the anchors are that they're going to meet the engineer's specifications. And this is how we verify our work, or one of the ways we do, to make sure that everything is going to hold exactly, if not more, what the engineer is requiring. And as you can see here, this is from the previous video where we have our rod sticking out of the hole, but we still have to flush it off and set plates and everything. But the installation of the anchors is completed, and this is what it'll be like over here on the other side when we're finished drilling and grouting the last anchors over there.
Now that pressure gauge says 3,000. How does that convert to capacity on that particular unit?
On this right here, we're in the neighborhood of 21,000 pounds holding, and this has been holding for every bit of 5 hours with no drop whatsoever.
21,000 pounds. So how does that relate to one of those older helical piering anchor systems?
Well, you would never have gotten a helical pier in here because of all the rock and everything that we've encountered and debris in the backfill. It would never have been successful.
Nor would any type of wall anchor system.
Oh no, not whatsoever.
Okay.
Plus, you would have to dig up the road, and they would never allow it. That's why limited access drilling was the only real solution here.
Exactly. So tell me about how long did it take to do this installation?
Because of the obstructions we encountered, we're looking at approximately a week's worth of work here for these anchors, and we're probably looking at a few more days. So this is an approximate 2 to 2.5 week project.
Okay. And these nails have been grouted, right? Each one of these gets, and how do you get the grout into the cavity?
We actually inject the grout through a trimming tube. If you look on the top anchor, up above the work now, you can see the black tube. That black tube is a trimming tube that we pump a cementitious grout down all the way to the bottom, and then it gets filled from the bottom up. That anchor is approximately 30 feet deep, and that rod and that tube go all the way to the back of that hole.
Okay. And what are the size of the plates that are going to be on the face?
They're 12-inch square, 1.5 inches thick in this case, with beveled washers and a heavy-duty nut torqued off.
Okay. And again, you mentioned the disturbance on this particular site, very friendly to the environment. We're not putting a bunch of noxious chemicals and things into the water. It's very environmentally friendly, the procedure that we're using here today.
Yes.
And of course you saw that in part A of the video, but mainly we just wanted the public to understand, this is a very specialized foundation repair situation. There are very few companies around the country that have this particular limited access drilling expertise. And this certainly can apply to even a simple job, like if you just have a chimney that's rotating on your home, or a corner on a house. A simple job like that, these applications can be used for residential, and we do that all the time. But also, if you're a general contractor, an engineer, and you have this type of limited access situation in your district, you can certainly give us a call. We're able to work with, local engineers that we have in our network, or if you're just an engineer looking for a qualified contractor. Chris has 30 years of experience doing this stuff, and you can't find that anywhere really in this market. We are not a franchisee organization. We are not handcuffed to a certain manufactured type of spec. A lot of our systems are custom made to the specification of the engineer, which allows us to support local steel houses, local suppliers, and so forth with our customers. They really like to do business with local people, and we try to fit that. And so, if you're looking for somebody local, somebody with dripping with experience, that's proven experience, that has the support of the engineering community, certainly you can contact Piedmont Foundation Repair or myself, Michael Masserang, at the number down at your screen, at the bottom of your screen. Send us an inquiry through our website, or just flat out give us a call. So again, this is Michael Masserang here in Lowell, North Carolina, outside of Charlotte on a limited access drilling. We look forward to seeing you on the next project, and we appreciate you joining us today. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome, Mike. Thank you.